Shelbourne FC are a football club based in Dublin, the capital city of the Republic of Ireland. After 6 games of the 2023 season, the Reds currently sit 5th in the League of Ireland Premier Division. But they could have links with Hull City in the future, thanks to a rumoured takeover by Arjuns ILICALI. An article by Hull Live's Hull City correspondent Baz Cooper on Thursday afternoon states that the Turkish media mogul and his team will complete a takeover of 6-time League of Ireland winners, the Shells, in the near future, thanks to Arjun's company, Arjuns Media. For Hull City fans, I will break down what Arjun's takeover could mean for us and for our players. And for Shelbourne fans, first of all, welcome to the channel. I hope you feel very, very welcome and I hope you stick around. I'll tell you in as much detail as possible what to expect from Arjun and his team if they take over at Tolka Park. First of all, for Shelbourne fans, I'll tell you a little bit about Arjun. 53 years old, born in Edirne in Turkey, but moved to Istanbul for university purposes in his youth. He's a passionate Fenerbahce fan with a seemingly unbreakable link with their president Ali Koç, and that was probably a big factor as to why we signed Ozan Tufan, whose match-issued Fulham shirt I've got just up there, if anyone's wondering. A broadcaster, an entertainer, producer, businessman, and just an all-round sound guy. If you Shelbourne fans want to know a little bit more about Arjun, I encourage you to give this video of mine a watch, popping up on your screen now. I made this video back in 2021 when his rumoured takeover of Hull City was nearing completion, and I just break down him basically in a little bit more detail. So if you want to watch that, it's linked in the description, and if I remember, as an iCard in the top right of your screen as well. But make sure you watch it after you finish watching this one, of course. Link in the description. Since I made that video in October 2021, some things have changed. And no, I'm not just talking about the layout of my bedroom. He completed his takeover in January 2022 on the night of our 2-0 win against Blackburn at the MKM Stadium. He took the role of chairman, with former football agent and Turkish FA official Tan Kesler taking the role of vice chairman. Arjun came in and removed then head coach Grant McCann in favour of former Ajax and Rangers striker Shota Arveladze, who Arjun said he had in mind for the role since August, in response to my question to him at a members Q&A event he did back in April last year, hosted by Sky Sports commentator Rob Palmer. I'd show you the clip, but I'd probably get done for copyright because Hull City have the full video of the evening unlisted on YouTube, so you're just going to have to use your imagination for that one. Shota guided us to championship safety, and a summer of spending was about to commence. Including academy players, 20 new bodies came through the door. The likes of Oscar Estupinian, Jean-Michel Seri, Ozan Tufan, Republic of Ireland international Cyrus Christie and Dimitrios Pelkas came in. But some key figures left too. Star man and 2021-22 Player of the Season Keane Lewis Potter, 2020-21 Player of the Season George Honeyman, club captain Richie Smallwood and veteran club legend Tom Huddleston all sadly left the club. Also, don't forget Tom Eaves. I love that man. The season started well with a win against Bristol City and then a couple more wins on the bounce as well. But after a wave of injuries, it all started to fall apart for Arveladze, who was sacked after a 3-0 defeat to Swansea in September. After club legend Andy Dawson's brief stint as caretaker manager, another former player will take the reins. Liam Rossini, alongside Dawson, was part of the team that won promotion to the Premier League in 2012-13 under the management of Steve Bruce. And Rossini, a right back, Dawson, a left back, would link up again in a coaching capacity this time at the MKM Stadium. Since Rossini has come in, performances have improved, and a team that previously looked devoid of confidence and any ideas, both in front of goal and at the back, has a clear identity and is playing. It's a team that's united now, which is so much different to what it was when Rossini took over. Aaron Connolly, Republic of Ireland international of course, Carl Darlow and Malcolm Ebiyobi were signed in January, and it looks as though Arjun and Tan have found their man in Liam. Now, I know what you Shelbourne fans are thinking. 3 permanent managers in 10 months? That's on a par with Watford, that. But it's not that simple. McCann was quite clearly the old owner's guy. Ihab Alam stuck by him through thick, thin, and an 8-0 defeat to Wigan during lockdown. Arjun wanted his own man, and he admired Arveladze's record at mid-table Turkish Super League sides, such as Kaş and Pasha. Shota, as kind and as lovely as he was, just wasn't cut out and wasn't prepared for the nature of the Championship. And it's safe to say Arjun and Tan underestimated just how hard a league it is for a manager who has never worked in England before. But in Rossini they have a manager who the fans adore, who has a unique connection to the city and the football club, and he has a clear vision for the club and knowledge of the Championship and just how hard it gets as a player and from a coaching perspective from his time at Derby County working with Wayne Rooney. So what can Shelbourne fans expect from Arjun as an owner then? Well, firstly, you can expect a football fanatic. When his takeover is announced, you can expect a wave of new Turkish fans cheering you on from afar. That's definitely what we had as soon as Arjun mentioned the takeover on Turkish television on New Year's Day. We had an influx of new Turkish Instagram followers, and a lot of Turkish people now see Hull City as their second club because of how adored Arjun is by the public over there. But most importantly, you'll have a chairman and an owner who puts the fans first. As Hull City fans, we needed that for so long, and Arjun was a breath of fresh air when he first took over. One of his first big policies when he took over as Hull City chairman was having tickets available for just £2 for several of our remaining home games that season. For us Hull City fans, and I'm sure I can speak for Shelbourne fans too, I think it's safe to say we can expect a number of our best youngsters to be over in Dublin next season. Without getting too political, Brexit basically means English clubs cannot sign players from outside of the UK until they're 18 and are eligible for a UK work permit. So Arjun taking over Shelbourne, for us, means we could invest in EU talent, hold them effectively in the Republic of Ireland, which is an EU member state, meaning that they will have an EU work permit from wherever they have come from, until they are 18, and then bring them over if they have impressed. And investing in foreign talent is clearly something the club are keen on doing, evidenced by the signing of Yuri Elfeli in January. He isn't yet eligible for a UK work permit, hence why he is still out on loan in Peru at Club Universitario de Deportes. The League of Ireland is a good standard of football too, and could bring about Champions League, Europa League or Europa Conference League experience for the players that we send over there if, as a club, Shelbourne do well enough in the League of Ireland. And any of our players that go over to Shelbourne will work under the management of Damien Duff, a man with over 600 Premier League appearances for Blackburn, Chelsea, Fulham and Newcastle, and over 100 caps for the Republic of Ireland at international level. Unless, of course, Arjun makes a change of manager, which I think, based on how the Arveladze appointment went here, is unlikely. Taking over a second club is something Arjun has wanted to do for a while. He mentioned in a Q&A session he did for the fans he took on holiday to Turkey in November during the World Cup break. Yes, Shelbourne fans, he took Hull City fans on holiday to Turkey during the World Cup break. That's another benefit you could get. He mentioned that it was something he was massively interested in doing, and it was expected that he'd buy a majority stake in Dundalk, but that move fell apart. And then there were rumours that Arjun was going to invest in St Pat's. He was pictured at one of their home games in February, but as it turns out, he was watching the away team that day. And that away team was 6-time League of Ireland champions, Shelbourne. Baz Cooper's article states that Shelbourne's owners have been keen on external investment for a while, and that a deal involving Southampton's owners was close to materialising last year, but just wasn't to be. Added to that, recently Shelbourne's chief executive, Dave O'Connor, announced his departure from the club after 5 years at Talker Park. In terms of the type of player that would temporarily make the move to Talker Park, it's my guess, and a pretty obvious guess to make, that it would be a number of our under-21s players. Players such as Republic of Ireland Youth International Harry Vaughan and Jim Sims seem the most likely players who would move over. Vaughan and Sims, both brought in from Oldham this season, are, in my opinion, our two biggest hopes for the future, with Sims scoring goals for fun for the under-21s in their league this season as they are closing in on a playoff spot. And Vaughan has massively impressed Liam Rossini since he signed in January. But it also could provide an opportunity for players on the fringes of the first team, such as Matty Jacob and Callum Jones, who could benefit from a temporary switch to the Republic of Ireland. Loans have been a massive advantage to us recently, especially onto the island of Ireland. North of the border, Billy Chadwick and Ahmed Salam went out to Linfield last season. Chadwick was excelling out there until he did his ACL, and he's only just recovering from that now, but he's impressing out on loan at Boston again, and he has true quality. He's another one who could benefit from a move to Shelbourne if we choose to renew his contract at the end of this season. And Ahmed Salam, he did really well out there as well, but the club saw no pathway through for him, so he was released and is now playing for Alfreton Town. So what does all this mean? To be honest, we won't know until it actually happens, but guesses can be made, and I have made quite, I think, well-informed and educated guesses on certain things throughout this video. Shelbourne fans, you will absolutely strike gold with Arjun. You have no need to be worried or sceptical about him. I can tell you from experience, he is brilliant. And his team, I'm not sure if Tan Kessler will extend his role of vice chairman over there as well. It all depends on what stake Arjun takes in the club, really, doesn't it? Shelbourne fans, I hope you stick around. I thank you for watching, and I hope this video was of use to you, and I hope you stick around. Like I say, I'm looking to branch out into doing a little bit more academy content next season, so would be able to provide you details on any academy players that would potentially move over to Talker Park. So I hope you stick around. City fans, Hull City fans, what do you think? Arjun taking over another club? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Drop a like as well. It massively helps me out. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.